I did some research. The provinces that I require are Kazavin, Tabriz, Mazandaran, Yazd, Zaristan, Hamadan, which is there, and well, I believe those are all. Basically, I need two more handed over to Persia, Zaristan and Hamadan, so those will be the targets of this war. Of course, that means that I need to get some war score, and of course, hopefully I can piece these guys out one by one as we go. But worst case scenario, I'll be running around with a 20k mercenary stack here, just stabbing at the Timurids, which of course will not be useful. But I'm really reliant here on them having, or getting screwed, if you will, by war exhaustion more so than anything else. And also I don't understand this, but I mean, who does? Anyways, this is basically just how things will have to be played out. And thank you, Timurids, for giving me some free war score. There's actually a really big army coming out to Gilan. They're actually going... I'm not going to allow you guys to pass, let's just be honest here. It's not good for business, but I'm a little bit unsure where those guys are going. If I want to... Yeah, I want to pull down to Elam to protect, I think. Where are you guys actually going? Yeah, we're just going to pull down to Elam here. And if they attack Basra, we're going to back them up. They are running with a pretty big army, so they are getting a little bit of extension. And also, if I can actually catch these guys enough to make them split up, that would be really, really useful. Will I get the first? No, I will not. So we'll take the no, we'll actually just wait here. If they wait there, we'll wait here. It's not rocket science. Well, this might be. But basically, I've catched a 25,000 man army that's now basically running around doing nothing, which is of course really, really useful. Also the secondary issue, not really issue per se, but bonus here, is that with that Georgian army backing me up, I think I can actually win a battle in this province. Although we will be getting some negative modifiers, it will be a very good win, so to speak. As you can see here, there weren't too many losses on either side, but all in all, that win will help because they will have to run back home. In the case of one of those armies, the Bashikir army, that will be a really, really long run, and that is kind of what I am hoping for here. Unfortunately, Golistan has fallen, which is not the most or best thing to have happened, I'll be honest, but not too much I can do about that. And again here, I'll just have to try and hunt down these smaller Timurid forces and just try and keep them away. In best case scenario here, we are actually getting war score. It's slowly but surely going up. Their war exhaustion is going up as well. So if I can just keep this war going, take these two, annex Persia, get another tech, then this achievement is in the bag. But it's been kind of hairy, no matter how we look at it. It's not good. It's Harry style of what we're doing. But anyways, we're going to still try and get the Ottomans to like me. They could be a really, really valuable ally, provided that we get them to like me again, which is arguably not that likely. And again, I'm really reliant on these guys generating their own war exhaustion during this war for me to win here. And we're going to help out these guys by destroying that 1,000 man army. It's not much, but it's helpful. And hopefully here I can actually catch... Okay, that's not good. So again here we are basically doing well, how should I put this? We're doing a war that's kind of interesting here. Georgia... No, sorry, it's not Georgia. It's Persia that's running around being an asshole. So we're going to have Persia lock up with my forces here. Persia basically sent a lot of forces forward. Same as could be said here for the... Oh, we can actually meet in Ardha Khan. Good. Now, Georgia, march south. No, we don't want to meet them there, do we? I don't think we do, and the reason is actually fairly simple. If we challenge their forces here, odds are pretty high that we'll end up in a position where we end up in a battle with them, which is not beneficial to us. Now, this one, however, is a lot better. Or this position is a lot better because it's far further away. We can most likely end said battle before we get into trouble. At least that's what I'm hoping for. And funnily enough, these guys are running around in a very, very weird pattern. But hopefully again here I can actually catch them. That would definitely be useful. Unfortunately here they caught my mercenaries in the meantime. We'll send the mercenary squad back. They should be able to just deal with that little distraction. And we'll go for a resieging here of Golistan. Unfortunately here it doesn't seem like my mercenaries are that capable at all. But we'll just pull back. There's no need to destroy ourselves. Well, might as well just go for the siege then. And yes, we are going to re-siege Golestan. It doesn't cost me any war exhaustion. There's no big armies in the area here. If they siege a Persian province or two, that's not the end of the world. But I don't get why it's running so far. We lost a battle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 8. I have no idea if it actually changed it, but I believe the rule of thumb before was that a beaten army will run 5 spaces into their own land and then stop. That's a little bit too much, and in this case we're going to leave a sieging squad and then we're going to move after that army, because it might actually pick off some of our armies here, and that is not helpful. We'll stop the mercenaries, but which in turn it will make them more expensive, which is not what we want. But it's limited what we can do. You guys should just run. Of course, see to it. So yeah, I'm going to lose this army, definitely. No, I actually managed to run away, so I can reinforce it later. But at least now we are getting the war skill that we require to pull this off, which is of course a really, really interesting or important thing to do. Problem of course is that these guys are going to be getting to my guys pretty soon. And we're going to send this 4,000 man army up north, because if I can stop this right here, right now, it's mostly Nogai and Timurid forces. If I can just send this one right back where it came from, then we are already, I think we might already have the victory here in our hands. And of course that is the important thing. That's what we're fighting for here, victory. And currently, judging by how the war is going, we are going to get that, albeit a arguably marginally weak one. We are winning. They are getting ready to lay down the weapons, so to speak. And again, I'm just going to take Tabarestan and Hamadan here. There's no reason for me to take anything else, unless of course I manage to get enough to take Ardalan, to make sure that the Ottomans don't do anything mean here to my friends. But I'm a little bit unsure here why the Persians are splitting up their armies as much as they're doing. They're basically just making themselves easy targets to get caught. But for the time being, we'll focus on sieging this area completely. Then we'll hopefully take back Golestan, and let's face it, hunting down that 6,000 man army is probably more beneficial than continuing the siege. If I can take down smaller armies, that's definitely beneficial for me. Unfortunately, more stability drops, and I think we are, although we have pretty low, going to have to boost that, because our, as you can see here, national unrest is already pretty low. Although we didn't really have any rebel issues, we will probably get in the future if we aren't careful of well, things like that. For now, however, we'll attack this 13,000 man Timurid army, and I'm pretty sure we'll actually catch that, which is of course really, really beneficial for us. Again, sending them on a long run. And that is basically the advantage we have here, due to the fact that we split their nation so much as we have. They'll have to run farther than usual to, well, get to their peaceful area, so to speak. If I can just re-siege Golestan, I'm pretty sure we can get the deal here that we want. So I'll just wait. I'll show you any bigger battles, but battles of the size that we had so far, I'll probably just violently skip. And again, if I want to add Ardalan to this deal, it will cost me a little bit more, but I think we're going to do that. It will make the borders look prettier. I could also of course take Basra, provided that I do get the war score needed for that, and that's a little bit harsh, but we are beating them. We might as well just keep it going a little bit longer, and we're also going to upgrade our military tech, which we can actually do for a while here. I thought it was diplomacy tech for some weird reason. Combat width increased by 2, infantry fire was 0.5, mostly musketeer cavalry, and I can build a nail. Basically, my cavalry got an upgrade. Diplomacy guy has come into well, there is a diplomacy guy and we'll hide him. End of story. But yeah, as I say here, I think we're just going to end the war here. Anything else that I need from the Timurids, I can just take myself. And I would prefer this deal, and thus, yeah, I would prefer that deal, so I'm going to work for that deal. It's a decently good deal, also, which is kind of why I want to work for it. Now, the big question here, can I get there before they lose the battle? Yes, I could, which gives me benefits. Triangle trade. Of course, benefits being higher war score, Timurids running away, potential re-siegement possibilities, sieging of other stuff possibilities, and all that. Things are looking pretty good. They would actually accept this deal right now, and thus, why not just pull forward for Basra as well? Basically, I'm shutting everyone out from being able to take any provinces in the area. And let's face it, with the current situation, I think we can do that just fine. Did Genoa just lose their province? Yes, they did. Poland, you've been a very, very bad boy. Let's see if we can actually fight this one in an advantage situation again. That should give us the remaining war score needed to, I think, win the war. But again, troop-wise, I'm kind of in an awkward position, especially if the Ottomans decide that I am a, well, commodity to be eaten, so to speak. But at least we, again, are we're in a pretty good position. Let's just see here if they are they're accepting of my terms, so we might as well just take the provinces that we need. Worst case scenario, I have one province of these 4 that I still need. Best case scenario, I can just go ahead now, annex these guys, get it done with, get it over with, everyone is happy. They will actually take this one, which is good because we will sell it to them. There we go. Persia, you have expended your use. I have the diplomacy power needed to annex 2, which is wonderful. And we'll just start then. 441 power, it will take me 4 years. In those 4 years I will probably get the admin power needed, especially if I do that. And yeah, I think I might be done. I think we might have done it. Wonderfully enough, and we're going to find these guys because I don't need them. And we're also going to lower the army maintenance. Again, Ottomans loves me, so I should probably just continue the war considering that. But I know one thing that we're going to do. Get my alliance back up and running, because the Ottomans are basically, I think, the only thing that could screw me over. So let's just offer military access, done deal, they like me enough now. So basically I actually think the reason why they were aggressive towards me wasn't due to the fact that they didn't want to ally me, per se. I think the reason why they were aggressive towards me was due to the fact that I had -15 opinion of them. Which is, again, ridiculous considering how the player actually can influence that. Of course I could have ended the war sooner, but if your only choice is to have an ally and basically fight wars carefully, slowly, not crushing your opponent completely when you have the opportunity, that means alliances are only valuable as mostly a push-through tool in the beginning, and then a defensive tool in the wars that you can fight for yourself. I would not call in an ally in a war that I can fight myself, provided that if I drag it out, I'll lose that ally, and I will not be able to rescind the alliance due to the fact that he pieced out early on his own. That would be a little bit weird. So for the time being, we'll just sit here and wait. And we have Sunni zealots in Persia. Okay, we might need help with these. I don't want to take over a mostly Sunni country. That would just be horrible. It would be painful, so to speak. So we are going to help them out here with the extermination, if you will, of these zealots, even though I don't really have the manpower to do so. It's the only thing I really can do here. But it looks like Persia would be perfectly capable of dealing with this themselves due to the amount of, I think, mercenaries they're hiring. So I'll let them deal with the last rebels on their own. For now, however, I'll wait until their annexation, and hopefully by then we'll have admin tech 10. We'll see how it pans out. Well, this is an interesting one. Lithuania entered the rivalry with Austria and changed it to me. Apparently I'm a bigger rival than Austria. Watch out, I had the grudge. Well, the grudge seemed to have lost some land, so I guess it's not the grudge anymore, funnily enough. But that's another story. Anyways, I think for the time being we'll just wait around, as I said, for the Persian annexation. We should have the admin points by that time too. Currently we're using 8 diplomatic power a month, thanks to base, same religion, same culture group, but also diplomatic reputation, so that is kind of important if you want to annex quickly. Our diplomatic reputation is enhanced by a couple of factors, as you can see here. My diplomatic influence, I have a diplomacy guy, and also I have legitimacy +1. Diplomatic influence comes from the idea set here, as you know. This one here, diplomatic influence. So diplomatic reputation can be achieved through several means, and it makes annexations quicker. There's another one here under the diplomatic ideas, which is of course really useful. There's another one here under... No, I believe there's another one somewhere, but I can't remember where. But anyways, if you want to speed things along, that is probably the best way of doing it. But yeah, I'll sit by and wait, and hopefully this might be the end of this this series. It's been an interesting one. There we go, Persia has indeed been integrated, and with that we get a, well, a prestige boost, but we lose an accepted culture, we gain a new one. Troop-wise, I think we're going to get rid of at least the mercenaries in this army. We'll see how we stand after that, but we do need some troops to defend ourselves with. And the funny thing here is I can actually form the Persian nation. I am not required to get Tank 10, but just for the sake of flavor we're going to do that. Another group of ideas, and theocracy for that matter. And if I had to continue here, I would go with humanist ideas. They're just too useful, they're just too powerful, so to speak. The accepted culture threshold minus 50% will be really useful. It will make more culture accepted, meaning that, well, you'll have more stable realm. Nationalism minus 10. People won't care if they're conquered. The tolerance of heretics, national unrest, the religious unity, relations over time, heathens, tolerance, idea cost minus 10. Basically, most of those ideas are really, really good, so of course we're going to take them. But we're also going to form Persia. There we go. We have completed it, and apparently I gained some free claims to the Persian region. And apparently I inherited Persia's course. Well, that's just wonderful. But we have one problem that needs to be solved, and that is the, well, the achievement Shahanshah pops out in the corner. So we have completed this. Azerbaijan is no longer a accepted culture. So I have to say I'm pretty happy with how this panned out, at least the second try. Basically it seems that if you're small you have to abuse your bigger neighbours. In my case, the Ottomans. Everyone else wanted me dead. The Ottomans, well, let's be honest, they wanted me dead too, but at least I can handle that. And in the end we pulled off a pretty good victory. So yeah, the achievement is done. Feel free to come with any comments, praise, criticism about how you feel it was going. Of course the first one was kind of a horrible mess. I will probably, hopefully have succeeded there too, but I basically messed it too much up by attacking Persia. I probably should have released Persia sooner, but of course things didn't really pan out that way. So, but in the end we managed to pull it off. Basically, if you release Persia and take most of its core back, you're going to get what you need. But what you need are Tabriz, Kazvin here, Hamadan, Mazandaran, Yazd, I believe, Isfahan, and Tabarestan. So, should be a fairly easy thing to get actually once you get a little bit going. But as I was saying, as a small nation, you want to abuse your neighbors. Get someone big to protect you, get someone big to fight your wars for you. Don't waste your own money and manpower unless you really have to. So that is basically what I believe I did during this game, at least once we began fighting the Timurids. We were relying on someone bigger to soften them up for us. But anyways, what we're going to do here is probably just end it. I might play a little bit more here to just annex Georgia and the Golden Horde to make my name a little bit bigger. But the achievement is done, and if there's anything more you want to see in this game, feel free to tell me. But other than that, I'll go on to the next achievement, which I'm a little bit unsure what will be. But I'm thinking about doing either Carthage or the Reconquista. We'll see. So I'll consider that, and hopefully you've enjoyed this series. I'll see you next time. Bye.